We are live. Welcome once again to Sin Bin Stream. Tonight, NFL football action between the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens, or as they say in the Pittsburgh area, the Detroit Lions. Hope everybody had a great Monday and is ready for football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Hello, Rhonda. Thanks for chatting. Hello, Mac. Hope you're having a good one. Welcome as well. Dion Sardines, welcome. Thanks for checking in. A Broadway performer is singing the anthem. Samantha Paulino. Hello, Father Time as well. I saw Dion's before you. I'm hoping for a Ravens win. As a Packer fan, need all the help we can get with the NFC North. I mean, I know we beat the Lions, but a long way to go in the season, as our loss in Cleveland proved yesterday afternoon. Think the Packers can get some stuff corrected before they play Dallas Sunday night, and it looks like CeeDee Lamb might be out for the Cowboys. A lot of major injuries, unfortunately, it seemed like yesterday. Yeah, just unfortunate. Let's see. In WNBA news, I know Nneka Ogwumike got the what do you call sportsmanship award or something, and my comment on Blue Sky and Twitter was, well, I guess they ignored her tackling Louisa Gieselsoder in a game against Dallas. I still think that was ridiculous. Yeah, let's see. Forgot. Where is it? 2025 Kim Perot Sportsmanship Award. Yep. First player in league history to win the award 4 times. She won it 19, 20, and 21 before this year. I don't call tackling your opponent very sportsmanlike, but I guess maybe it was out of character for her. I don't know. All right, should be kicking off in like 2 or 3 minutes here. Glad you could join. Again, tomorrow we'll have that doubleheader, game 2 in both those series. Lynx up 1 at home, Fever up 1 on the road. Again, off of ESPN Unlimited, so much like League Pass, I'll be a little bit behind the WNBA.com play-by-play. Tonight, I shouldn't be behind because we're doing this off of ABC via roof antenna. Yeah, that's a good question. If not her, who? I'm not sure either. Somebody who didn't tackle somebody during a game would be a good start, would be my opinion. With the amount of Mabry, is this the anti-sportsmanship award? Then yes. I don't know. Again, maybe I'm singling her out for one incident, but I can't get over that incident. That was too big a thing. Hello, gal. Welcome. Thanks for chiming in. Yeah, your Mariota did fine for your... I know you already commented on it, but yeah, he did fine filling in for Jaden Daniels for Washington yesterday. So I guess... Oh, hey, they signed a former Packer gal. They signed Darnell Savage, the safety. I don't know if you heard that. He got cut by Jacksonville this year. I think he played with them all of last year, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully Savage still has something left in the tank. I don't know. He was okay. He just, I don't know. They got McKinney. They drafted Evan Williams. They had some other, and they drafted Bullard and Williams. They brought in McKinney, and he was just the odd man out. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's the one that returned the interception against the Cowboys in that playoff game, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, again, I think it was just a numbers thing. All right, we are actually ready to kick off. I think it was just a numbers thing. They brought in 3 new safeties. You know, he was just kind of the odd man out, and they weren't going to pay him. I do have a Savage jersey. I guess I could have hung that up. I'll have to hang that up some night. All right, let's take this down. Kick is in the air. Going to be returned by the Lions inside the 15, between the hash marks to the 30. Spin move, still on his feet. And probably forward progress to the 33 or 34 with 14:51 to go. Jared Goff and company take, and the rest of the offense take the field. 1-1 Lions, 1-1 Ravens. All right, let's get a refresh. Maybe they got the live. Nope, not yet. Again, on ABC and ESPN, whichever you have. All right, under center, St. Brown to the bottom. Handoff. Can't tell if it's Gibbs. I think it's Gibbs. Gets maybe 2 out to the 30. It is Gibbs. Should bring up a 2nd and 8 for, Gibbs, Montgomery. So Montgomery is 5. Gibbs is 0. All right. At any rate, are we going to get the live play-by-play? There we go. Fine. Nope, it disappeared on me. What the heck? What gives? All right, back to pass. Goff down the right sideline, wide open, caught by Williams, number 1. Let's get the box score. I don't know what's going on with NFL.com. Another first down, not another. First down of the game. They're in Ravens territory already. Wide open. He just turned out to the outside and in a zone at the Ravens 45, basically. 13:48 to go. I got to slow my clock down. Handoff. This time Gibbs goes nowhere. That's going to be a loss. 2nd and long coming up. 13:33 in the first quarter. Oweh, number 99, made the play. All right, seriously, where is the live? Why? There, finally. Good grief, NFL. All right, 2nd and 13, ESPN, ABC calls it. Handoff to Gibbs, left side numbers, down to about the 37 of the Ravens. Going to be a 3rd and long, 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6. Out tonight, Nnamdi Madubuike, number 92 with a neck. Kyle Van Noy, hamstring, and one more. I missed it for the Ravens. 12:38, first quarter, 3rd and 6, in shotgun, 3 receivers to the near side, 1. Now St. Brown in motion. Snap, back to throw. Goff looking. Throws it downfield, caught at about the 18 by Williams. And another Lion first down, and they're in the red zone. Goff looking sharp in the early going here. Ravens sent a 4-man rush. Man, nobody was on Williams. He was just wide open at the 18. All right, 1st and 10 at the 18. I formation, handoff to Gibbs. got nothing, but then cut back and picked up 2. He made something out of nothing there. Could have easily been stopped for no gain. All right, 11:30 to go. First quarter. All right, 2nd and 8. Play clock at 14 still. In shotgun, St. Brown and another wideout near side. He has Gibbs with him in the backfield. Back to pass. Throws it to Gibbs. He's at the 11 and steps out. So that'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd and 3 from the 11. And got to figure they're going to go for it if they don't get it on 3rd, knowing the Lions and their coaching staff. All right. In shotgun, bunched formation to the near side, 3 receivers. Now 1 goes in motion, so 2 to each side. Gibbs in protection. Now he leaks out of the backfield, and Goff threw it near him. He had to get rid of it. Incomplete. And it's 4th and 3. Clock stopped at 10:27. And I imagine they're going for it. Well, since 2021, the Lions have gone for it in 46% of the time to lead the league. Same formation, a bunch. Now Laporta sneaks in. And he gets the other side. Now he goes back in motion. Now he's in pass protection. Shotgun, back to pass. Looking, throws right. Caught for the first down. St. Brown spun down out of bounds by Hamilton. And it'll be 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Come on, Ravens. What are we doing here? Oh, boy. All right. Yeah, Hamilton just late. Wrapped him up after the catch. Goff looked at St. Brown the entire time. All right, they're at like the 4.5, but 1st and goal. Again, bunch formation near side. Handoff to Gibbs out of shotgun. He plows forward to the 1. I don't think he got in. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1. Yeah, now he could from the 1. Maybe. I think he could have run it on that 3rd. Yeah, I might agree with that. Instead of dumping it at Gibbs' feet, if he could have avoided the rush. Handoff to Gibbs up the middle. That's an easy touchdown for the Lions. 9:16, and the Lions get on the board in their opening drive and take the early 6-0 lead. Swiss cheese defense there for the Ravens, at least against the pass. They pretty well kept the run game in check, but not so much against the passing game. I think that was, Roquan Smith. I mean, he's trying to tackle him, but Gibbs was already in the end zone. 11 plays, 67 yards, 5:44 chewed off the clock. Extra point, snap, kick is good, and it is 7-0 Lions. They will be kicking off after timeout. All right, well, hopefully the Ravens, at least for Packers fans' sake, will come up with something on their opening drive as well. Oh, I forgot the poll. Glad I remembered. All right. All right. There we go. There's the poll. Oops. And just a reminder what's coming up. We got lots of basketball, lots of football. Sunday, it'll depend on, if the games, hopefully we get some 4-game series. I think one game is already scheduled for 2 o'clock, but like the other one isn't yet for Sunday. Let me just double check this. Oh yeah, Asia Wilson was MVP. I think that was announced earlier today, or maybe late yesterday. I forgot about that. So yeah, 6:30, 8:30 tomorrow night. Wednesday, no live stream. I'll release a Tecmo Super Bowl game, Green Bay versus Cleveland, if you're into that. Thursday, Seahawks Cardinals, but the Cardinals lost their running back Connor today for the season, or late yesterday, so that's unfortunate. Friday night, game threes will definitely happen again, 6:30 and 8:30. Saturday, no games, so off day, same thing. Tecmo Super Bowl video that day. Yeah, so they have not picked a time for Lynx Mercury. Again, these are only if necessary, if nobody gets a sweep. And then the Aces Fever are the ABC game at 2. So I'm assuming it's going to be 2 and 4. And if so, we'll do both of them. And then I'll have the Packers Sunday night game. And we'll do Monday Night Football. I'm leaning towards, I think, Broncos Bengals, because the other game is like Jets Dolphins or something bad. So we'll, it depends on what happens if they go 4 games or not in either series. All right, kick is in the air by Bates, taking one bounce into the end zone and downed there. So no time expired. 1st and 10 coming up for Lamar Jackson and the rest of the Baltimore offense. 1st and 10. All right, don't forget to vote in the poll for the Lions or the Ravens. All right, Ravens in all black. Black helmets, black jerseys, black pants. Lions basically in all white, except for the helmets, normal helmets. Fake the handoff to Derrick Henry. Throws right side. That's the tight end. Andrews out near the 40 for a Ravens first down. 9:05 first quarter. Good play action. Andrews got wide open. I think he briefly blocked and then went out for a pass, and coverage was late. Yeah, number 89, Andrews on the catch. Oh, the Lions are in the Packers division. That's why I want the Ravens to beat the Lions. We beat the Lions, but right now they could tie, All right, Bill Vinovich on the call. A foul against probably Hutchinson there at 8:36. Yeah, because I'm rooting against the NFC North teams. I hate the Vikings, but the Lions is just purely for standings. Yeah, that was a gain of 19. They're at the 39. Now they call it, 1st and 5. Now they're out to the 44 after the penalty on Hutchinson. Clock rolling. I got to get it going. Handoff to Henry. He gets the first down. Give him about a gain of 7. And it'll be 1st and 10, 8:07. So that must have been offsides on Hutchinson. And that's why they had the 1st and 5. Yeah. Well, even if the Packers had won, I'd still be rooting against the Lions. But yeah, division foe. Probably the biggest, foe. I don't think the Vikings can keep this up. Handoff, fake to Henry. Jackson on a keeper. He picks up the first down in Lions territory. Under 7.5 to go now. First quarter. Yeah, Jackson. Henry was lined up behind Jackson. They faked the handoff. Most of the Lions defenders to the right side bought it. Then Jackson cut it back up the middle, made a couple people miss, and then slid down after taking enough for the first down. All right, empty backfield. Running back one in motion. 3 receivers to the far side. Back to pass. Lamar to Andrews again. He catches it, takes it to the 29. They'll have a 2nd and 2 coming up. Oh, excuse me. All right, 2nd and 2, 6:30 to go in the first. Oh. Gotta slow my clock still. That's close enough. All right, handoff to Henry. He did not get it. They are actually going to give him forward progress for a yard. I thought this was no gain or half yard at best, but here we are, 3rd and 1. All right, come on. Let's introducing the Lions defense. 3rd and 1. Handoff. Henry gets it. He's inside the 20, 15, 10, 5. That's a touchdown at 5:40 for the Ravens. 3rd and 1. Oh, no. Okay, it was a flag on. I thought they were about to wipe it off the board, but it was against the Lions. So pending the extra point, they will tie this game up. Wow. What a burst of speed by King Henry here. I formation. He bounced it up the right hash mark and then just cut it outside and outran everybody. Good blocking by the line. And then Hutchinson missed on the cutback and no safety help, and Henry just basically jogged it in. Here's the snap. The kick is right down the middle and good, and we are all tied up at 7. Ravens will be kicking off after a TV break. Yeah, that was impressive. That was a nice run. He'd been more of a decoy. I mean, he did have that 1 first down run, but Ravens line definitely, can't credit them enough. That was a great blocking scheme to spring Henry on that as well. I forgot who their kicker. Oh yeah, Loop. I forgot Loop is their kicker. All right, let's make sure this is muted. I think I forgot. Yeah, why is it? All right, refresh. Mute that. There we go. Oh yeah, let's make sure we're on the live page while we're at it too. Do I even have that open? No, I don't. All right, 1 second. Why did these suddenly pop up? This is from yesterday. All right, I hope everybody's doing well here Monday night. Can't wait for the doubleheader tomorrow. Should be good games. Oh, yeah. Let's see. I just want to check. Where is the live? That's weird. I'll just click it. It's on the left side. Usually it's at the top. This is weird. Do I have to go to live sports? I don't know why this isn't working. Yeah, live now sport. Maybe that'll show it? I usually don't have to search this hard. Do I need to put sport instead of sports? Well, that's very odd. Huh. Yeah, not on there. Usually I don't have to search for live either. It's usually right at the top. That's weird. Well, all right. We'll try again later. Ah, there we go. Nope, not up there tonight. That's odd. All right, kickoff is taken by the Lions. Return past the 25-30. Out near the 32 or 33. Goff and company takes the field. Huh. I don't know why. I didn't do anything different, I don't think. I think I have live sports football. Or did I? No, yeah, live sports football. I don't know what I did differently. All right, 5:35 to go. First and 10 for Goff and company. It is the 32-yard line. Under center. Fakes the handoff to Gibbs. Throws it to Gibbs. It's incomplete. This should have been whistled dead. They were playing it like it was a live ball, but that was definitely incomplete. And it wasn't behind the line of scrimmage. They're still running the clock. What? Are you kidding? He stops from the... Ooh, maybe it was a lateral. Huh, okay. 2nd and 19. I don't understand why the Lions didn't try to challenge that. Gibbs is going nowhere on this run. He's going to maybe lose one more. I think they're going to have 3rd and 20 coming up. Wow. Yeah, they're still looking at that pass. Goff is at the 23 when he throws it. Gibbs, it was almost like that Buffalo play, the Music City Miracle against the Titans. It looked, all right, they gave him no gain, so it's actually 3rd and 19. Boy, that was odd. I really thought that should have been incomplete. 3 seconds on the play clock. Shotgun or back to pass, dumps it to Gibbs short. He brings it up to 20, 30, and is tackled down. It'll be 4th down, and the punting unit will be on the field. I don't even know if they got back what they've lost. It's 4th and long for sure. Very odd. So I guess it didn't go forward. I mean, I don't know. 4th and 11, they actually say. Very strange. All right. Punting unit is on the field from about the 30 and a half. Here's the snap. Punter moves forward. Kick is in the air. Taken at about the 15. Returned by the near hash mark and labeled at the 26. Where it'll be Baltimore ball, 1st and 10. But their first chance at taking the lead here. After they force the Lions into basically a 3 and out. All right, 1st and 10, Ravens coming up. Let's take a look at the box score, shall we? Goff is 5 or 6 for 63 yards, no sacks yet. Gibbs 7 carries, 12 yards, and a touchdown. Goff 1 carry, no gain. Jamison Williams 2 catches for 43, along a 24. Gibbs 2 for 13. Amin-Ra St. Brown 1 catch for 7. Goff lost a fumble, but Gibbs recovered. Oh, yeah, that was that weird play that just happened. Lamar Jackson 2 for 2 for 27 yards. Henry 3 for 36, including a 28-yard touchdown run. Jackson 1 carry for 12 yards and a 1st down. Mark Andrews, both receptions for 27 yards along a 19. Let's see. One tackle for loss, Owe, number 99 for the Ravens, and none for the Lions defense yet. Each kicker's made an extra point. Jack Fox, one punt just now for 54 yards. So 1st and 10 coming up for the Ravens at their own 26-yard line. All right. Ravens still in the huddle. Got Flowers, Henry, Wallace, Mitchell Payton on the field, in addition to Lamar and the 5 linemen. Oh, for sure, Father Time. Yeah, it was a rough kicking weekend. Yeah, Atlanta got shut out. They thought they had their guy, and I think he missed a few. I forgot how many. Are from, that's really the 27-yard line. I don't know why that said 26 on ESPN. Back to pass. Dumps it over the middle. It might be Andrews again. No, it's not. It's Kolar, or however you say it. Kolar, number 88. 2nd and about 2, we'll say. Let's check the play-by-play. I got this one. Be gone, bot. Yeah, Kolar for 7, or is it Kolar? It's probably Kolar. I'll just say Kolar. Handoff, Henry on 2nd and 3. No gain. They'll have a 3rd and 3 coming up right away here. Late in the first quarter. Lions stopped that one with relative ease there. Excuse me. All right. See what the Ravens call here on 3rd down and 3. 2:08 to go. First quarter. 3 on the play clock. Shotgun back to pass. 4-man rush down the left side. Incomplete. He was aiming for the running back, number 43. 1:55 to go. 4th and 3, and they'll have to send their punting unit onto the field. Let's see. I forgot that guy's. Oh, Justice Hill. Hill was the intended receiver. Yep. Punting unit is on the field. Jordan Stout, Khalif Raymond on the return. Snap, kick is away. 1:50 to go. Penalty flag on the field, taken inside the 5 and tripped up at about the 7, but let's see what the flag is about at 1:43. That was an early flag. Maybe somebody went out of bounds. I don't know. But I don't know. Holding on the Lions. So they're going to have it back at about the 3. They didn't get the return. Not sure why the guy caught the ball inside the 5 and then went sideline to sideline and barely got a couple of yards out to the 6 or 7. So Lions are going to be starting, deep in their own territory after the timeout. See where they mark them. It's got to be like the 3 or the 4. Yeah, no, I know. It's nice, isn't it? It's always smoother when there isn't. Same with basketball and whistles, or fouls, I should say. Okay, so punted 63 yards by Stout. Raymond from the, yeah. Oh, to the 3, a 4-yard return to the 7. Reed holding, so a 3-yard penalty, so they'll have it back at the 4, or 3.5 rounded up to 4, so it'll be the 4-yard line. 1st and 10 from their own 4 coming up. Let's check we got, all right, only 3 people have voted. 2-1 Ravens. Usually more people vote, but that's okay. All right. Yeah, again, why was I not on the... I guess I'm not sure. I didn't do anything different today. Why wouldn't I show up on the live page? Maybe there's just more people tonight? I don't know. No. Weird. I had been there. Oh, well. Yeah, next Monday, Jets, Dolphins, and Bengals, Broncos. And Bengals, Broncos is on ABC, so I think we'll just do that game. I don't want to sit through Jets, Dolphins, I don't think. Broncos, Bengals, Broncos isn't going to be a whole lot better, but it's got to be better than Jets, Dolphins. All right, Lions deep in their own territory. 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle. Looks like Montgomery out to about the 7. Ooh, they marked him back at like the 2. 1:30 to go. Really? All right, I don't know. There's probably about a gain of 5. We'll see. Nope, gain of 4. 2nd and 6. Again, that was David Montgomery, former Bear. To the 6. Yeah, they marked him at the 2. Okay. It's very odd. From the 6, they got to get past the 11, almost the 12. Another flag. Montgomery goes nowhere. But let's see what the call is at 1:02 to go, 1st quarter. Come on. Illegal formation. Ravens declined it, so it should be about a 3rd and 6. Illegal formation. So they called it. I guess somebody wasn't where they were supposed to be within relation to the center. Yeah, the Ravens snuffed this out. I don't think he got back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, they're calling it a loss of 1. 3rd and 7, 52 seconds to go. 1st quarter. Snap, back to throw. Throws over the middle, caught by Laporta for a 1st down at about the 16. They don't have to run another play here in the 1st quarter. Again, Lions going left to right in white. Ravens in black going right to left here in the 1st quarter. Wow, the Ravens sent 6, and the Lions O-line blocked it up nice. Gave Goff a clean pocket, and he just threw a dart to Laporta. They mark him just outside the 15. 3, 2, 1. That's the 1st quarter. And the Lions will start the 2nd quarter with a 1st and 10. All right. There we go. Reset the clock. Let's move this up a little bit. I got to be able to hit the flag button without scrolling. All right, there we go. All right, let me take a look at the numbers real quick. Box score. Goff now 6 of 7 for 73 yards. Hasn't taken a sack. Now they've got 15 yards rushing between the three of them. 6 catches for 73 yards by the receiving core. Williams 2 for 43. Gibbs 2 for 13. Laporta just picked up the first down, 1 for 10. St. Brown 1 for 7. Yeah, that weird throw to the flat was actually called a fumble because they said it didn't go forward, I guess. But Gibbs, of course, recovered it. But they had to send the punting unit on that drive. So this is their third drive. Lamar's 3 for 4 with 34 yards. Henry 4 carries for 36 yards, a touchdown. It was a 28-yard touchdown. Jackson 1 for 12. Andrews 2 for 27, 19 long, and Kolar 1 for 7. And he missed Hill on the 1. All right, we can look at the team numbers too. Wait, where are the team stats? I thought they were here. Oh, maybe not. Do they have a... I thought they had a box too. Info? No. Let's just go back to the play-by-play. Okay. Yeah, no, it's weird. It didn't, I don't know, maybe there's just more people up there. But then I saw a channel similar to my size, and I'm like, well, I'm not sure why we're not up there. But no biggie. I just got used to seeing us there, but no problem. But yeah, thanks for looking. All right, we are just about set for the second quarter. Lions break the huddle. 22 seconds on the play clock. Now 18. Under center, motions Williams to the far side, fakes the handoff, back to pass, dumps it to the back, Montgomery at the 20. He runs to the sideline, and he picks up the first down past the 25, knocked out of bounds. 1st and 10, Lions at 14:50. Now the clock rolling once they respot the ball and play. So they should be at about the 26, I think. That should have been Roquan Smith covering. He couldn't get there. Then his own teammate got in his way. All right, they actually spot him at the 28. Wow. Generous spot, I think. Fakes the handoff to Montgomery. Now Goff breaks the pocket, takes off, slides down at about the 33 for about a gain of 5. It'll bring up a 2nd and 5. Pocket collapsed, and he just tucked it and ran. A smart heads-up play by Jared Goff. 14 minutes to go, second quarter. 2nd and 5. Lions break the huddle. Under center. 3 people behind him. It's a toss to Gibbs. And the Ravens run them out of bounds at the 30. That's going to be about a loss of 3 and bring up a 3rd down and 8. Yeah, my clock is going to be ahead because they had to slow it down after they went out of bounds. So they had Laporta, Montgomery out running ahead of them, and Laporta tackled one guy, and then he just got pushed out of bounds. Didn't look like Montgomery really picked anybody up. 13:12 to go. 3rd and 8. 4 on the play clock. In shotgun. 3 receivers topside. Back to pass. 4-man rush. Caught by Laporta. Takes it out to the 44 for another Lions first down in their own territory. I got this. Another bot. Oh, okay, thanks. ESPN has team stats. Okay. Yeah. I gotcha. Yeah, I'll do that next time. I'll just leave NFL on play-by-play. That's a good idea. Thanks, Father Time. Okay, from the 43.5 yard line, handoff. Montgomery, that goes nowhere. That's going to be marked as a no gain. 2nd and 10, 12-15, second quarter. Yep, 2nd and 10, 12 minutes remaining, second quarter. Zach Orr, second season as Ravens defensive coordinator. All right, Goff is under the center. He's got 2 tight ends to the near side. Toss to Montgomery. He's got the 50. He's taken down near the first down marker. Might be a 3rd and inches coming up. They're in Ravens territory. Yeah, they had Laporta and the other tight end. Laporta did a pretty good job blocking. So did the lineman getting downfield. Good cutback by Montgomery. Hamilton on the tackle for the Ravens. 5 minutes and 30 seconds on this drive. 9 plays, 51 yards. They need to get to the Ravens 46. Handoff up the middle. And Gibbs should just have enough for the first down. There we go. 10:55. Clock continuing to roll. Oh, excuse me. Laporta still in the game. 1st and 10, 10:40. Oh, another Iowa grad or Hawkeye. Sam Laporta. All right, shotgun. Goff back to pass. 4-man rush, maybe 5. Caught by Gibbs, but there's enough maybe for the first down, but there is a flag on the play. So we'll see what the flag is about at 10:22. This wasn't thrown in the area of holding, so maybe some sort of PI, offense or defense. It is defense. That was foul. It was a foul on Hamilton. They declined it. 2nd and 1. Oh, okay. He didn't quite get the first down. Well, I'm surprised they didn't take the penalty. It would have had 1st and 5, wouldn't they have? No matter. Montgomery carries it to the 29 for the first down. Run basically up the middle. And the Lions continue to chew clock. Under 10 here to go. Second quarter. Gibbs heads to the sideline. In front of Raymond and Tesla. All right, 9:40 in the second. 1st and 10 from just inside the 30-yard line of the Ravens. Laporta comes in motion to the far side. Looks like we got St. Brown now in motion. Handoff. Montgomery inside the 25, plows ahead, picks up another first down just inside the 20. And they are just gashing the Ravens defense like right up the gut. This isn't even off tackle. It's just, slam running, halfback, not dives, but just halfback, right up the gut. 8:54. 1st and 10. They're in the red zone. Just inside, between the 19 and 20. Handoff. Again, Gibbs bounces outside to the numbers. He picks up 1 or 2, and that'll be a 2nd and 8 coming up. 8:30 to go in the second quarter. This was more off tackle this time. It's between they're showing the Montgomery run. And going to be a long night for the Ravens if Hamilton's got to make all your downfield tackles. It's actually 2nd and 9. They gave him a gain of 1. Handoff to Gibbs right up between the hash marks. He's stopped short at about the 11. It'll be a 3rd and long 1. They might call it 2. Let's see what they say. But nice run again by Gibbs. Gibbs and Montgomery having good nights, especially on this drive. Montgomery 6 for 30. Gibbs 11 for 19. Good. Can't say enough about the job the Lions, O-line is doing. 3rd and 1. They got to get inside the 10. They're at the 11. They got to get closer to the 9. So all right. Sneak by Goff. Looks like he got it, especially with the spot. They should be near the 8, I think. So it'd be 1st and goal. Well, Ravens, you're not. This is a 9-minute and 43-second drive already. They're just eating up the clock, and gashing, getting the Ravens defense tired. This is insane. 6:45, 1st and goal from about the 8. Shotgun back to pass. Throws. Gibbs caught. Met at the goal line. Did he squeak in? No. His knee was down. And they're going to spot him about a foot or 2 short. Yeah, his knee went down, and he was basically at the 1-yard line. They might mark it, 2 feet short, just inside the 1. Caught it at about the 4, and good tackle to keep him out of the end zone, but this could just be a temporary thing. He might get in on the next play. Well, no, he's taking a breather, so it won't be Gibbs. 2nd and goal. 10.5-minute drive, now 10:40. Shotgun. Laporta in motion. Handoff. Montgomery, I think he got in. It's going to depend on the spot. They do signal touchdown. I don't know why the clock's still rolling at 5:47. I would think they'd put some time back on. Thought he had it at 5:50, but at any rate, it's another touchdown for the Lions, who take the 13. Yeah, I think he broke the plane. They'll review it, but Montgomery had to have hit the white line with the ball. Pretty sure. He's covered up by Starks, but yeah, that ball's in. This should stand as a touchdown. Well, decidedly not good. If you're rooting for the Ravens, that drive was pretty demoralizing. Lions did about anything they wanted there. Assuming they're kicking it for 1, but we'll see. So Gibbs and Montgomery with rushing TDs now. Goff is 10 for 11 for 116 yards. Jeepers. Yeah, they did put time back on. I was wondering about that. They let the clock go. It's 5:55. All right, extra point by Bates is up and through the uprights and good. And the Ravens now trail by 7. 14-7. And when we get back from commercial, it'll be a Lions kickoff. All right, hope everybody's doing well here Monday night. All right, so 3-2. Okay. Let's check one more time. Maybe things have changed. Just a reminder, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hey, now we're there. Now I see us. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you're new, welcome. Hope you're enjoying the live stream. And like I said, liking and or subscribing or doing one of both will help us get recommended by YouTube to other potential viewers and help me grow the channel. And I thank you all for your support. And I think we had 11 likes. Thank you so much. All right, so we are up on the live page. That's great. Just wanted to double check that. Amongst all the competition. It's all right. I'd be watching this anyways, so I figure I might as well stream it. That way I don't have to listen to Buck and Aikman either. Again, hope to see you tomorrow. Should be a good night of basketball. Mercury at Lynx. Lynx are up 1-0 in the series. Fever at Aces. Fever up 1-0. After getting a Game 1 road victory in Las Vegas. 6:30 and 8:30 Central. That would be 4:30, 6:30 Pacific. Again, no live stream Wednesday. It's an off night for the WNBA. So is Saturday. No WNBA. Most games with rushing TD by running back teammates. Hey, Jim Taylor and number 5 here, Paul Hornig, 10 games, 58-66. It looks like, they each get one. Then Gibbs and Montgomery just had their 11th game, so they passed the Packers and somebody else who had 10. All right, kick is in the air, taken at about the 6, return. Far numbers, far hash, past the 30, 35, 40, 45, out near midfield. Heck of a return by the Ravens. Almost took that to the house, but got tripped up at midfield. And hello to Mo, M-O-E-E. What up? Hold on. I got to get a bot real quick. Thank you. Hope you're enjoying. Who are you rooting for? Sorry, I'm a Packer fan. If you're rooting for Detroit, I'm rooting for the Ravens. 10:48 on that scoring drive. Wow, the Ravens really need to get points. They're at their own 49. Handoff to Henry. Pushes up the middle. Give him a gain of about 4 to the 47 of the Lions. Should be about a 2nd and 6 coming up. 5:34 clock continues to roll. Yeah, I figured since you were saying from D. No, they're good. I'm not need help in the division. That's the only reason. After that disaster in Cleveland yesterday for the Packers. All right, 3 receivers to the far side. Hill in motion. Lamar looked at him. Now he tucks it and runs, and he's going to get spun down for no gain. We'll have a 3rd and 6 already. Yeah, Lions looking pretty good tonight, no doubt. Offense, defense, maybe not on that last special teams, but yeah, the kicker made that tackle. Bates just took out his left calf. And that tripped up Ali. Otherwise, that might have gone to the house. That was a heck of a play by Bates to save a touchdown. Good play. Oh, clock rolling again. Or I had gotten behind. Sorry. Lamar getting flushed out of the pocket. Throws sideline, far sides. I think Bateman just made the catch for the first down. They stopped the clock at 4:21. Now it's rolling again. 4:18. Why is my clock not moving? So good pass rush. Lamar had to roll to the far side, stopped, and then threw a dime that Bateman just barely got both feet down for. Heck of a catch. 3:56 to go. All right, 1st and 10 from the Lions, 37. Shotgun, fakes the handoff to Henry. Back to pass, steps up. Long, down the sideline, caught at the 4 and spun out of bounds. Number 81 on the catch. 1st and goal at 3:41. They already put the ball back in play. I thought the clock stopped in the last 5 minutes. Is that only in the game? They don't do it in the first half anymore? Thought maybe it's only the last 2 minutes in the first half. Walker on the catch, number 81. 6 pushed him out. All right, handoff to Henry. He pushes his way down to about the 1, 2nd and goal. Well, can't really blame the Lions defense here. Their special teams gave up a big chunk of territory. And that was a huge play by Lamar on 3rd and 6 to pick up that first down. Yeah, that next pass, though, left a guy open. Only under 2 minutes in the first half. Okay, they must have changed that then. Yeah, thank you. Henry stopped short of the goal line. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1. But I think it's at the end of the last 5 in the 4th quarter. But I could be wrong. I'm thinking of rules probably that haven't been rules like since the last 20, 30 years. They have to run one more play before the 2-minute warning. They can't. Oh, wait. Actually, they don't. They can take it down to the 2-minute warning. My bad. I had it backwards. It will be 3rd and goal from the 1, but that's going to be the 2-minute warning. I had it backwards. I thought they did have to, and they didn't. Yeah, right. Well, we'll see. I must have had it confused. They must have gotten rid of the 5-minute for the first half. Maybe they kept it for the second half. The 4th quarter, I'm saying. But, yeah, again, I remember, when it used to stop for every out-of-bounds play, the games were taking too long. I think that's why they made the switch, because they were having trouble getting games in the neighborhood of 3 hours. And then they started pushing the late games back to 3:05, 3:25 to help out with that too. Sunday nights pushed back a little too. So, yeah, Lions looking good. I mean, I don't know. Ravens defense looked terrible. I mean, that was a 96-yard drive, wasn't it? That they just scored on. That was insane because they took almost 11 minutes off the clock, too. Yeah, 10:48. Oh, 98 yards. Yeah, not more than 96, 98. Yeah, that was odd. They caught the ball at the 3, returned it to the 7, and they marked it back at the 2. I guess, yeah, you get it from the spot you caught the punt at, not where you returned it to. Now that makes more sense. Man, 98-yard, 19-play drive, 10:48. And the Ravens, hopefully, that's crazy. They got to hope our offense. Well, I mean, we're close to halftime. Offense made sure to get it down to the 2-minute warning because they're going to be tired. Yeah, exactly. That's the other problem. Well, in the run game, their offensive line made it look easy. Gibbs and Montgomery were just torching them up the middle. The only time they stopped them is when they dared to try and run outside. It was nuts. They couldn't stop them up the gut. It doesn't look like a lot of yards, but again, Goff is 10 of 11, so he's making it look easy all game. So you're right. Oh, yeah, wait, what was the penalty? I forgot. I thought they had one and they declined. I could be mixing up drives. All right, we're about set here. Ravens just broke the huddle. They have 20 seconds on the play clock. They're going quick. Toss to Henry, and he stopped again. It'll be 4th and goal. I mean, they're not getting inside the 1. Interesting call here. Clock rolling. Oh, I forgot to get it started. 1:45. Fourth and goal. Offense still out there. They got Andrews, Henry, Wallace, 16. They fake the handoff to Henry. Jackson just fumbled it and kicked it. It's out near the 20, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. What in the world was that, Ravens? Wow, that was awful. Lions take over at their own, 22-yard line. We get a shot of Bates because, yeah, he saved the touchdown. So the Lions defense shows up on 4 downs inside the, on and goal. They got the ball stripped from Lamar. Then he kicked it, and he had to recover it at like the 22. So good defensive stand by Detroit's defense. They say sacked for -7 by Campbell. Yeah, Campbell caused the fumble. And yeah, it got they gave him the 21. It didn't matter who fell on it. Play was dead then. Wow. Yeah, that was a huge stand by the Lions defense. And they still got time to go up 2 touchdowns here with 3 timeouts and 122. And they got to go 79 yards. So, oh boy. We shall see. Ravens need a 3 and out or a turnover. Yeah, that's a good point. They had a chance at a double up. Detroit started. Wait, did they start with the ball? Yeah, because they went up 7-0. Yeah, that's surprising. They could have cut it to 14-10. Then again, you don't know. I mean, maybe he had no faith in his defense after that 98-yard drive. Maybe he thought that they wouldn't get a stop before halftime and was thinking maybe we better make it 21-14, looking ahead. I don't know. That's what I was just saying, Father Time. That's exactly what I thought maybe Jim Harbaugh. I'm sorry, wrong Harbaugh. John Harbaugh was thinking. I think he has no faith in the defense after that last drive. So what are they replaying here? Yeah, they tried to go quick against the Lions, and the Lions were definitely ready on defense. They got lined up perfectly and in time. Yeah, Campbell knocked it out of his hand, and then the ball got kicked. Yeah, so they're replaying that hit. Bates got him like on the left calf or thigh or knee area. I mean, it wasn't dirty. He was just trying to hit him. Oh, actually, they put 2 seconds on the clock, so 124. From their own 20, they're now marking it. In shotgun, 2 receivers each side. He's got a back with him. Back to pass, 4-man rush, rolled out, dumps it to the back, incomplete, just out of Gibbs' hands. We got a late flag, though, at 118. So maybe not 2nd and 10 yet. Let's see what this call is. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Illegal contact, Marlon Humphrey. So 1st down and 10 for the Lions. Humphrey guarding St. Brown. Yeah, he had him, and then he grabbed him. He was clutching and grabbing. So 1st and 10, 25. St. Brown in motion to the far side. Shotgun to Goff. Back to pass. Looks. Steps up in the pocket. Rolls left. And has to dump it out of bounds. Good throwaway. There wasn't really much developing. 2nd and 10 coming up. Good decision by Goff to just get rid of it and not take the sack or anything there. Yeah, it's got to be these interior linemen that are helping the run game. Not saying they're not. They don't need to run it outside. They've been so dominant. All right, 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Actually, make it 3 with the tight end. I think he's still got Gibbs and shotgun with him, and he just has to throw it at Gibbs' feet because the rush was on him. That's not a fumble. Why are we playing this as a fumble? It's an incomplete pass. How did they not rule this a incomplete pass right away? How did they not blow this dead? Goff. Yeah. Why did they need replay assistance? He threw it at Gibbs' feet because he had a guy in his face. And it may have slipped a little out of his hand, but it was definitely a pass. I didn't understand that one. Why they even needed it. Yeah, they put time back on. 1:10. All right, 1:10 to go. 3rd and 10. Big play here in the grand scheme of things. From the 25, Laporta, 2 other receivers. They throw it short to St. Brown. He spins out of a tackle, but it's basically no gain. Maybe lost a half yard. And I believe the Ravens call their first time out at 1:05 with the punting unit heading to the field for the Lions. So they got a penalty, and then the drive stalled out. Actually, the Ravens, hit home with the pass rush, but feel like they're having to send more than 4 because they're not getting to them with just a rush of the front 4. Yeah, big. No, it was almost 11 minutes. I think they're. Yeah. All right. Jack Fox on to kick it away. Wester to return. Here's the kick in the air. Caught at the 31 or 32. Returned out to about the 42. But we have a flag. 56 seconds to go. So let's see what this is. Holding on the Lions. I think they said it'll be tacked on to the end of the run. So good field position again for the Ravens. But will they squander it like they did the last time? Failing on 4 downs, goal to go downs. All right. All right. Here we go. Let's check the poll. 6 votes were 3-3, 50% for each team. All right, let's see how many likes. Hey, 14. Thank you. Appreciate you all. Again, hope to see you tomorrow night. Doubleheader, game 2 of the WNBA semifinal series. They are best of 5. Hopefully 1 or 2 goes at least 4 games. So we have some games Sunday afternoon. Or 1 or 2 maybe. Good possibility, I suppose. We'll see. Definitely Fever Lynx. Not sure about definitely Fever Aces. Not sure about Mercury Lynx. Had matchups backwards. What nightmare-inducing movie are they playing a trailer for? Black Phone 2. I don't even know what Black Phone was about. All right. All right. Again, Wednesday, no live stream, but Thursday we'll be back. Seahawks at Cardinals. Thursday Night Football on Prime. Friday night game 3s for sure. Again, same time, 6:30 and 8:30. This time the teams flip because the Fever are home and Mercury are home. Saturday, another off day. And then Sunday we'll be back with football and or basketball. Yeah, good late block there to prevent a punt block. But after the holding call, they're at the Lions 49 with 56 seconds and 2 timeouts. Shotgun for Lamar, back to pass, looking, steps up in the pocket, keeps it inside the 45, 40, First down near the 35 at about the 36 with 48 seconds to go. They did not account for Lamar taking off there. They rushed 5, had a stunt, but then there was a gap open, and everybody was in coverage, and he just picked up the first down with his feet to the near sideline. All right. 48 seconds to go in the first half. 10 seconds on the play clock. Shotgun. Back to pass. 4-man rush. Dancing in the pocket. Rolls to the near side. Dumps it. Caught for a gain of maybe 4. Hill, the running back, with 38 seconds to go. That'll bring up a second down. So second and looks to be about 6. Yep, that's what ESPN has. 38 seconds to go and 2 timeouts inside the 35 for the Ravens, inside the Lions territory. All right, from the 33, they got to get to the 26. So this is 6.5. Shotgun, back to pass, 4-man rush, left sideline caught and stayed in bounds for the first down, I believe. That'll bring up a 1st and 10 with 32 seconds. Oh, that was DeAndre Hopkins. Yeah, of course he got his toes down with the catch. Number 10. So Hopkins with his first catch. 1 reception on a target for 13 yards. All right, 32 seconds to go. First half. Big drive here in the grand scheme of the things of this game. All right. Shotgun, back to pass. Lamar looking left. Throws down to the end zone. Incomplete, but we got a flag. It was Hopkins, the intended target. Might be a DPI. Let's see what they call. Or is it OPI? Some discussion between Hopkins and the defender, too. Yeah, Arnold held him at about the 2. Arnold on Detroit. So it's a spot foul. I don't think so. It's 1st and goal, but I don't think it'll be at the 1. I think it'll be like the 2. All right, 1st and goal for the Ravens, but we've been here before, and they absolutely blew it. And it looks like they might need to take a timeout. Lamar doesn't have the play. They got 18 on the play clock. And again, the Ravens do get the ball in the second half. Now they're huddling, and they're breaking at 9. Henry lined up, single back. In motion, fake the handoff. Lamar looks, dumps it, and that's a touchdown. It's Bateman on the catch. We haven't seen any Zay Flowers targets, if I'm remembering. Huge drive by the Ravens to get back into this. You know, I wasn't sure that defense could stop the Lions. They actually finally did. 4 plays, 49 yards, 32 seconds. Was the drive. Yep. Finally. Finally. Was a little worried we were headed for a blowout the way the Lions chewed clock and went 98 yards in just under 11 minutes. That was just such a dominant drive, too. All right, here's the extra point. Snap, kick is up and good. We are tied at 14. Lions have 3 timeouts, though. We'll see if they have enough time to get anything done before halftime. And again, the Ravens do get the ball second half. The Lions scored on the opening drive and got a touchdown. Oh, brother. Why is Jason Kelsey a band member for the Ravens on saxophone? I thought he was an Eagle. And aren't the... Oh, now he's a reporter for ESPN as well. Okay. All righty then. I guess just with the home team. Say the Ravens are pretty big rivals of the Chiefs. All right, well, let's get back to the game, shall we? ESPN, we're about set to kick off here. All right, loop. Nope, the ball fell off the tee, so we'll tee it up once more. Yeah, Bateman on a 3-yard touchdown catch from Lamar. Yeah, I don't think Zay Flowers has been targeted. Caught at the 3, or is he out tonight? Up the far side numbers and the hash mark. Tripped up short of the 35-yard line with 18 seconds to go. 1st and 10, Lions. They are going left to right in white this quarter. I'm sorry, right to left. Good gravy. Oh, they each have 123 yards passing. It's just Lamar has a touchdown pass. Only difference between, well, stat-wise at least so far. All right, in shotgun. Goff back to pass, looking, throws, caught. Who is that? Number 11. Is that Raymond? Clock rolling, or did they call timeout at 13? They used a timeout. 13 seconds to go. 2nd down coming up. 2 timeouts remaining for them, 2 for the Ravens. All right, who got that catch here? Okay, yeah, it is Raymond. Raymond's 11. I don't know why I thought he was a different number. 4 yards, that'll bring up 2nd and 6. All right, shotgun. Yeah, I think he's got Gibbs with him in the backfield. Laporta and St. Brown to the near side. 1 receiver far side. Shotgun back to pass. To, who is that? St. Brown near the 40 with 7 seconds to go. 3rd and short after a short game. 2nd timeout by the Lions. They have 1 remaining. 3rd and 3. Only 7 seconds. They kind of got to get downfield, and they have 1 timeout. Up 44 off the field for the Ravens defense. Humphrey. All right, they're at their own 40. 3rd and 3. Three receivers to the far side. 1 to the near side. Gibbs in the backfield with Goff. And the Ravens call a timeout to plan their defense after getting a look at what the Lions were lined up for. Not too bad. Pretty quick half, honestly. The game just started less than, 80 minutes ago. Like an hour and 18 minutes ago. In that neighborhood. All right. Plug in the football lineup Saturday. We got Laporta, St. Brown, Williams, Raymond, and Gibbs out there. All right, 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Gibbs with them in shotgun. Ravens look like they're only sending 3 this play. Back to pass. Goff looks, completes it over the middle, and St. Brown slides down at the Ravens 48 with 2 seconds to go. And the Lions take their last time out. And are they going to try a 65-yarder? His career long is 58. This is going to be this might be 66 yards. depending on where they set it up. Baltimore is natural grass. Looks okay. No, this is going to be a 67-yarder, it looks like. On 1st and 10, that is. 2 seconds to go. Lions lining up for a 66 or 67-yarder. Ravens choose to ice the kicker, so both teams out of timeouts. Again, Baltimore gets it. So he hit from 60 yards in warm-ups in pregame. And he had a few yards extra, but this is closer to 67. They might call it 66, but this is a heck of a boot here. As long as 58 last year. Oh, they have Wester, number 83, just in case it's short. They are calling it 67 yards. So the holder is pretty much down the middle at the Lions zone. Yeah. Here's the kick, and it's long enough, but it's wide. Wide left. He had the distance, but it was just off target. He just hooked it, and that's the way the first half ends. We'll get the clock rolling. Yeah, he had plenty of leg. It just went a little bit wide. That nice attempt, though, by Bates. We are tied 14 all at halftime. Heck of a game. Thanks in part to, the Ravens finally getting a stop in the first half. All right. Let's get the clock up there. Let's get what's coming up this week. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Hope you're enjoying the live stream. Appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe. If you're new here, please help us out. Well, welcome, and I hope you're enjoying the live stream. Help me out here. Hit like, subscribe. Doing one or both helps with getting YouTube to recommend us to other potential viewers, and I thank you for your support. Here, let me fix the clock, too, before I forget. All right, that'll be good. Oh, you know what? I got to fix the timeouts because I am going to forget that. We'll take care of that right now. There we go. All right, refresh real quick. All right, we got 14 likes. Thank you so much. Let's check the poll real quick. 3-3 still. 6 people have voted. All right. That's all right. Lions and Ravens split. All right. Let's take a look. Goff, 14 of 17, 135 yards. 57 on the ground, 7 for 31. Montgomery and a touchdown. Gibbs, 11 for 19 and a touchdown. Jamison Williams, 2 for 43. Gibbs, 4 for 29. Laporta, 2 for 24. St. Brown, 4 for 22. Montgomery, 1 for 13. Raymond, 1 for 4. Jackson, 8 for 9, 98 yards and a touchdown. Took a sack, though. Oh, yeah, that was that fourth down play, too, in which he fumbled. I mean, it didn't matter. Just gave the Lions better field goal or field position. Henry, 8 for 41 and a touchdown. It was a 28-yard touchdown run. So he's got 7 for 13 other than that touchdown run. Jackson, 3 for 25. Walker, 1 for 34. Andrews, 2 for 27. Bateman, 2 for 13 and a touchdown. Hopkins, 1 for 13, and that was a heck of a catch to keep his toes in bounds. Kolar, 1 for 7, and Hill, 1 for 4. So Jackson recovered his own fumble, and Goff got charged with a fumble. It looked like a forward pass, but they ended up saying it didn't go forward. So Gibbs had to recover it, and they called it a fumble in recovery. One sack, that was Campbell on that fourth down play, fourth and goal, I should say, for the Baltimore Ravens. Cunningham has a tackle for loss. No sacks for Baltimore. They've got 4 tackle for losses. One by Starks, Roquan Smith, Jenkins, and Oweh. Oweh. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. Then I'll be back. Let's see. Yeah, just checking this out. Here's team stats. That's what I was looking for. 14-10 first downs for the Lions. 1 each from penalties. Third down, 6 of 9 for the Lions, and 1 for 1 on third. 2 for 4 Ravens, 0 for 1 on fourth. 6 for 9 on third, 1 for 1 on fourth. 38-21 because of that 10:48 drive. That was like an 18-play drive or something ridiculous. 192 to 146 in total yards. Yeah. Time of possession, 19:48 for the Lions, 10:12 for the Ravens. So their defense might be tired in the second half. I guess it's not too hot, 71 degrees. And Bill Vinovich is your head referee. All right. Which part of the box score? I guess we'll just leave the individuals up for you. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back. Good Charlotte is performing. Got to speed up my second half clock a little bit. 1 second. $8.12. Okay, now I'm in sync with ESPN. All right, I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back. Thank you so much. All right, we are back. Welcome back to Sin Bin Stream. Hope you're having a great Monday night. Enjoying some NFL action here. Getting start ready for the third quarter. Again, Baltimore receives the second half kickoff. So far, so good with the internet tonight. But again, I'm not using ESPN Unlimited. I think it was all right for the last WNBA game on Sunday, if memory serves. All right, let's reset the clock for the third quarter. Again, hope to see you tomorrow night for the Mercury at Lynx 6:30, Fever at Aces 8:30, Game 2 semifinals doubleheader for the WNBA. Boy, I hope they get on that CBA, though. Would hate for this to drag on into November, December. That don't want them to derail any momentum they've picked up. And of course, they need Caitlin Clark to get healthy, be ready to go next year. I think they've already started announcing stuff for what is it, on whatever their 3-on-3 that I think Collier and Stewie started. Can't blanking on the name. But I don't know. I tried to watch the big three. I mean, maybe it just was. I don't know. Just not into 3-on-3 half court basketball, but maybe that'll change. Might need something to stream at that time. Yeah, wide left on that 67-yarder. He had the distance. It just was a little bit off target. It was a good attempt. Man, 67 on a grass field. Never thought we'd see one that close, but we saw it in the preseason. But I think this K-ball prep has definitely made a difference last year to this year. All right, we'll take this week down. All right, should be set soon. Just one more minute to go. All right. Guess we can reset the clock, take that down. We know we're less than a minute from the third quarter kickoff. Thanks for being here. I do appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the live stream. Feel free to chat, comment on the game, ask questions, point out statistics, anything you want to talk about, anything about the channel, any suggestions, open for criticism as well. Anything to improve the product. All right, they're going to show some more first half highlights, then we should be underway. All right. All right. Can we just see highlights or the field? I don't need to see. I already know what Joe Buck and Troy Aikman look like. Been ignoring them for years. Aikman especially. All right. Looks like we're about set to kick off. Again, Lions kick it to the Ravens. They'll have the opening possession. Yeah, Zay Flowers, 0 targets. I say he was targeted in the first 2 games. Yeah, no targets. Like, just haven't even noticed him. All right, Bates' kick is in the air, high and deep, taken at the 1 yard line, returned up the far hash mark, now the near hash mark, out past the 25, taken to about the 27, 5 seconds expired in the third quarter. 14:55 to go as Lamar and the rest of the offense take the field for the Ravens. We get a John Harbaugh in a lowest time of possession in first half since 2017 for the Ravens, like 10-12. All right, Lamar in shotgun, 3 receivers to the far side. He has Henry with him in the backfield. Fake the handoff to Henry, back to pass, dumps it to Henry at the line of scrimmage, caught, taken past the 30, out near the 34, where it should be about a 2nd and 4. Maybe they'll call it 3, though, depending on the spot. Of course, 2nd and 3. Oh, excuse me. All right. They got to get to the 37. Handoff to King Henry up near the first down. It should be about a 3rd and 1 after about a gain of 2. 14:02 to go, third quarter. Excuse me. All right, Lamar over 100 yards passing, 105 now. Henry for 2 yards. From the 36, they got to get to the 37. We got a flag because I believe the Lions just bought the cadence and jumped off sides. Let's see what they call here. 51, so 5-yard neutral zone infraction. And on first down for the Ravens following the penalty. Oh, wow. Lamar has tied Aaron Rodgers for the all-time passer rating at the moment. 13:30 in the third from their own 42-yard line. Fake the handoff to Henry. Throws downfield. Almost intercepted by the Lions. Should have been a pick by Branch. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Yeah, Branch. They were trying. He was forcing it into Andrews. No, not Andrews. 88. Andrews went to the outside. Branch should have picked it. Had both hands on it. It was about head high. He was definitely upset with himself for missing it. 2nd and 10, 13:22. In shotgun, 3 receivers to the far side. Back to pass quickly to Mark Andrews at about the 45-yard line. A gain of 4, and they'll have a 3rd and 6 coming up. 13:09, third quarter. Big play coming up. You can't let the Lions just get the ball back and, take another long, time-consuming drive and take the lead. Got to start putting yourself into the lead when you get the chance and keep the Lions' offense off the field. 3 receivers to the near side. Jackson throws. Zay Flowers with a catch. And they are going to spot him for the first down. I wasn't sure Forward Progress was going to give it to him. But they gave him a generous spot, I would say. I thought he was tackled like right at the line. I thought it would be close enough for a measurement. But they gave him the first down. So big catch by Zay Flowers on his first target of the night. 6 or 7 yards and a first down over the middle. Yeah, they gave him 6 yards. 12:04, third quarter, 1st and 10 from the Lions, 48. Handoff to Henry, left hash mark. He dives inside to the 44. So about a gain of 4. It should be about 2nd and 6 coming up. 11:45 now to go in the third. So the Ravens already taken off over 3 minutes of the third quarter. All right, they're still in the huddle. Plenty of time on the play clock. They break with about 15 seconds on the play clock, getting lined up. All right, under center, Henry way back off the line. They fake the handoff, throws over the middle, wide open, 88 with the catch, dives forward to about the 26. That's Kolar again, the other tight end. That's right, I think Likely is out, isn't he, with an injury. That's why there's so much Kolar on the field. 1st and 10 in Lions territory near the 25. Yeah, he was wide open. There wasn't a defender near him in the middle. Joseph, I think, made the stop, but they're at the 26-yard line. All right, we got a whistle, and I don't know what for. I missed the call by the ref. Oh, they have to re-spot it. They're saying Kolar didn't get that lunge, I guess. Still 1st and 10, but I think they're going to back the Ravens up a couple yards. All right, clock rolling again, 10:40. Flowers in motion. Lamar under center. Kind of a bunch formation. Flowers back to this side. Jackson rolls out, throws deep down the field. That's Kolar. No, that's Andrews. Mark Andrews inside the 10. And the Ravens come out on fire, and they have a 1st and goal. 10-10 to go in the third. Yeah, that was a huge 3rd down pickup on the catch by Zay Flowers, and this keeps the Lions' offense, on the sideline. A big benefit to their defense. Branch was there. Pretty good coverage. Had his hand there, just couldn't knock the ball away from Andrews. They mark him at the 10, so it is 1st and goal. Toss to Henry. He's going to throw it to the end zone. Oh, it's almost intercepted. That really should have been a pick by Reed, number 4. 2nd and goal at 9:38. Not a particularly good throw by Derrick Henry. Probably should have just thrown it out of bounds instead of putting it into harm's way. Reed had pretty good coverage. He overshot. I can't see who the target was. Actually, Jackson was open if he would have thrown across field, which wouldn't have happened with Henry. But all right, 3 receivers bunched to the outside, the far side. Andrews in motion. They snap it at 1. 4-man rush. Jackson in trouble. He gets sacked back at the 14 or 13. 9:30 to go. 3rd and goal. More than 10 yards out, though, after the sack. 9:22 in the third quarter. They only rushed 4, but man, they rushed 5. Well, no, they had a QB spy. I'm sorry, but the QB spy was there, in on the tackle, I guess. But yeah, no, it was a sack. Really, the 4-man rush with a spy. All right, 3rd and goal, 8:57 to go. Yeah, Lamar should have chucked that one out of bounds. Back to pass, throws, right side, caught. That's Andrews for the touchdown at 8:51. And the Ravens have their first lead of the game. 20-14. Their opening 14-yard catch by Andrews for the touchdown. Wow. A lot of drama there. 3rd and goal from the 14. Anzalone was on the coverage, and just a great pass by Lamar. Put it really only where Andrews could make a diving catch. And it looks like Anzalone hit Andrews on the helmet a little bit. 11 plays, 73 yards, 609. Extra point attempt. Snap, hold, kick right down the middle. 21, the kick is good. 21-14. And the Ravens get their first lead of the night here in the third quarter. Hutchinson shaking his head. Yeah, they had the Ravens backed up. They had a first and goal at the 10. They had an incomplete pass on a halfback option throw by Henry. Could have been picked. They could have picked Branch could have had a pick on a throw to Kolar earlier in the drive. So on 2nd and 10, they sacked Lamar for a 4-yard loss, and then they gave up the touchdown on 3rd and goal from the 14. So a lot of action, though, here already in this early on in the third quarter. All right. One quick, let's see who else is out here tonight. Oh, yeah, I got to catch up on my track and field that I DVR'd. Didn't watch it yet today. Might have to be tomorrow. All right. Let me somebody's got okay. Oh, I like their graphics. Sorry. Just checking in on other streams. Yeah, they do the clock too. I think that's smart. Otherwise, the host has to keep calling out the time, see if people can sync up their DVR or whatever with the play-by-play call. Now you can just look and do it yourself. Yeah, they're showing Andrews' failures in the AFC Championship game last year in Buffalo. Wonderful for ESPN to harp on that. Oh, redemption game here. Andrews gets the touchdown. All right, anytime they want to get to the kickoff. All right, finally. Kick by Loop is in the air, and it's short. Nope, it did not hit the 20. It's a flag, so that's going to be Lions 1st and 10 for illegal procedure. They're going to have it at their own 40. Big mistake. Loop didn't kick it inside the 20. Oh, boy. Ravens special teams had been okay. I mean, they got that one really good return, but that's a big gaffe there. Oh, I guess I need to try and iron a little bit of the number there. Just noticed it on the stream. All right, 1st and 10, their own 40. Great field position. Goff is 14 out of 17 for 135 yards. St. Brown in motion. They faked the handoff to Gibbs. Throw over the middle. He bounced it. He was trying to hit either Jameson. He had to rush the throw. He did get hit and knocked down. 2nd and 10 coming up. Wow, tonight he has 5 catches for 64 yards and a touchdown, Mark Andrews. He had 2 catches for 7 yards on 4 targets. So he had more targets in a little over half a game than he did in the previous 2 games combined. All right, in shotgun, it's a handoff to Gibbs. He bounces it outside near the numbers. He gets labeled. He might have gotten a gain of 8. It's going to be 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 3, depending on where they mark the ball. He got drilled by number, was that 2? Shoulder to shoulder, or, yeah, number 3 on the Ravens. Okay, they did call it 3rd and 3. 8:15 to go, third quarter. Huge 3rd and 3. They're at their own 47. Got to get to midfield for a first down. In shotgun, back to pass, looking, throws over the middle, caught. Sam Laporta gets the first down. So 1st and 10 in Ravens territory. Here come the Lions. Laporta lined up just outside of Penei Sewell. Did a quick out and then in. Roquan Smith late with the coverage. They're at the Raven 46-yard line. Goff 15 of 19 on the night. Laporta 3 catches, 31 yards now. Handoff to Gibbs up the hash mark. Falls forward and gets another first down. 7:17 to go, third quarter. Laporta's catch was 7 yards for that first down. Oh, no, they marked him short. That's a gain of 9, 2nd and 1. I thought he fell forward and had it. We're under 7 minutes to go here, third quarter. Lions trail by 7, the first time they've trailed in this game. They were up 7-0, 14-7. They had a chance to increase the lead at halftime, but just missed a 67-yard field goal. Gibbs carries for maybe 1, but it's enough for a first down. 1st and 10. The drive continues in Baltimore territory. Oh, there we go. All right. From just outside the Raven 35, 1st and 10. Under center, Goff, toss to Montgomery, throws it backwards, back to Goff. Goff throws, so a gadget play caught by St. Brown inside the 20. They're in the red zone with a first down. Yeah, it was a little toss play to, I think, Montgomery, and then Goff went behind him. Are we sure this didn't go forward? Yeah, it didn't. It was a backwards pass, and then Goff threw it forward. And, yeah, because it went about 2 yards backwards, so yeah, it was illegal. Goff wobbled it a little bit. Humphrey late and made the stop. 1st and 10 at the 18. Okay, back to pass. Terrible camera coverage by the ESPN camera crew. Caught in the end zone for the touchdown at St. Brown. Oh, boy. 5:13 to go. I don't know what angle ESPN cut to. They were showing Goff from, like, behind the center, and they like, blew it. 18-yard catch for the touchdown. Pending the extra point, they will tie it up here. It's the line. Oh, it was a stop-and-go route. Humphrey bit the stop hard, and Hamilton got there too late to help out Humphrey. Ball was already in the air. Great stop-and-go route by St. Brown. 7 plays, 60 yards, 338. Yeah, it was triggered, set up nicely. Here's the kick by Bates. It's good for the extra point. We are all tied at 21. Set up for a short field. The kicker didn't kick it into the landing zone. He kicked it short of the 20, and short work for the Lions to go ahead and tie it right back up. So they will be kicking off after this break. All right. All right, don't forget, tomorrow night we'll be back 6:30 Central. Start the night off with Mercury at Lynx Game 2. Lynx, of course, won Game 1 in that series. That's in, what? A little over 21 hours from now. 21 hours and 20 minutes. Then we will have game 2 where the Fever have the 1-0 lead on the road in Las Vegas to take on the Aces for game 2. Again, no live stream Wednesday. We will get a video out, video game related. Tecmo Super Bowl. That's what TSB is. As we play the 2025 season with the Green Bay Packers. Then Thursday night football, prime, Seahawks at Cardinals. Start the stream, 7:10. No Connor for the Cardinals. Hopefully it's still a good game. Division foes. Then Friday night, game 3, because they are best of 5s. Aces at Fever starts off the night, 6:30, followed by Lynx at Mercury, 8:30. Saturday, no live stream, same thing. Tecmo Super Bowl video, and then Sunday for sure we'll have Green Bay at Dallas Sunday night, and likely gonna have either 1 or 2 WNBA game 4s, depending on how these series go. Wouldn't think anybody gets swept, but you never know. Game 5s, if necessary, would be next Tuesday. And Monday Night Football will probably go, I think it's Bengals-Broncos, because the other game is Jets-Dolphins. So I figure that's the more exciting game. All right, just about set. St. Brown got the last touchdown catch for 18 yards. A good stop-and-go route. Hit him in the corner. Good ball by Jared Goff, who's had a stellar night. 17-21, 177 yards and a touchdown, and hasn't taken any sacks. Bates' kick is taken, and it goes out of bounds. So same deal, illegal procedure, and that'll set up the Ravens with 1st and 10 at their own 40. So back-to-back mistakes, one by each kicker, as we continue in the third quarter. And St. Brown is now 3rd in Lions team history with his 37th career touchdown reception. Andrews in motion, shotgun. They throw it to Zay Flowers. He gets a gain of about 7 to the 47, bringing up a 2nd and 3 for the Ravens. .454 to go. 2nd and 3, their own 47. All right. Lamar under center. They fake the handoff to Henry. Lamar gets sacked back at about the 40. O-line just cannot hold up for pass protection, seems like. This Lions front, 7 or whatever is causing havoc. They're running an 8-man box, too, to hold Henry in check. Not sure who was blocking, but 98 had a free lane. Wow. And right at the end, Jackson looked like he was going to try and toss it forward. I don't know if he had a tight end. That's a 7-yard loss. They have a 3rd and 10. 3 sacks on the night. Shotgun back to pass. Edge rushers get there. He dumps it off. He tried to hit Bateman, but it's incomplete, and it's 4th and 10. And the Ravens do a disservice to their own defense, and they do a quick 3 and out. Oh, boy. They finally took a lead, and now their defense probably starting to get gassed because of the imbalance in time of possession. Jordan Stout, the punter, on to kick it away. Raymond back to receive for the return for the Lions. Kick is in the air. Taken. Nope, he let it hit inside the 10. It stops at about the 4, and is down there. 1st and 10 for the Lions at their own 4, but they've already got a 98-yard drive tonight. So who's to say they're not going to add a 96-yard drive to their offensive output? Oh, with the sacks taken, Gail, that stinks. Thanks for chatting, though. Lamar at 15 for 18, 170 yards and 2 touchdowns, but yeah, 3 sacks and a lot of yards taken away. 3 for 29. He had a fumble of his own that he recovered. He's got 3 carries for 25 yards. Again, Andrews a touchdown and Bateman a touchdown. Finally, Zay Flowers has 2 catches for 13 yards on 2 targets. It was but that was on that 7-yard catch, his first one. That kept the drive alive, and they ended up taking a touchdown and a lead on that drive. Again, very fortunate that Branch didn't catch or didn't intercept the ball and dropped it, because then they'd be down again, you know. Well, good luck to your fantasy team, and hopefully Lamar will come through in the clutch in the 4th quarter here. I know I'm definitely rooting against the Lions. Oh, okay. ESPN has the division records. Yeah, the Lions lost to the Packers, so they're 0-1. No. They beat. Oh, that's their road record. Okay, they lost in Green Bay. Wait a minute. Did they play the Bears in Detroit or in Green Bay? I'm sorry, did they play the Bears in Detroit or in Chicago? I don't understand that. Ravens 1-0. Okay, yeah, they lost in Buffalo. That seems right. Yeah, I know. Go Lions. Thanks for being here. Cheer for who you like. I'm not gonna try to steer you elsewhere. You know I'm rooting against them because I'm a Packer fan. Not like I'm a huge Baltimore fan by any means. Again, the team I root for second most is okay, so they beat the Bears in Detroit. Okay, thank you. Hey, Terry Fuller, thank you too. Thanks for checking in. All right, yeah, thanks. I never saw like anything for that game. I knew it was a blowout. I forgot. So that's what ESPN is showing. They're just showing their home and away records. All right, Goff under center. He's got a deep back. They fake. No, it is a handoff. Montgomery past the 10 and out near the 15 and a first down. Yeah. They drive down and get a touchdown. That might be the game. I mean, I know there's tons of time, but this defense has no answer for this run game right up the gut. It's not even like anything fancy. They cannot stop them. At the point of the attack, the Lions, you got to hand it off. I'm not taking anything away from the running backs by saying how well their linebacker or how well their offensive line is blocking things up. Goff under center. That time he fakes the handoff, throws over middle and misses St. Brown. Probably his worst throw of the night, and not saying much because he just missed him by a little bit. 2nd and 10. Yeah, I know. We beat you. Yeah, right. I know. Hey, I'm happy with the division win. We came within a blocked field goal of going 0-6 in the division last year. And you guys have owned us in Green Bay. Handoff to Montgomery. He's got another first down. He's in the clear. 40, 45, 50, 55, 40, 35, 30. Nobody's going to catch him. No, Humphrey got him at about the 15. What a run by Montgomery. And, yeah, I think they get to punch it in. I just don't see the Ravens getting a stop. I don't know. I know there's plenty of time, but they just have nothing. This was between the hash marks. Again, he bounced it like halfway between the outside, the near side numbers and hash mark, and then took it up the middle. And Humphrey had to chase him down. I think it was Humphrey. Yeah, it was 44. It wasn't 14, Hamilton. He's all the way down to the 13. Another handoff, Gibbs. He's down to about the 7. That'll be about a 2nd and 4 coming up. Forgot to give him their first down. Packers got to stop looking ahead. Yeah, at least you got Montgomery. Hey, Terry Fuller, thanks for being here, though. Appreciate you. All right. Nope, they gave him a gain of 5. I thought he got 6. 2nd and 5. Under a minute and a half in the third. 3 for 3 in the red zone TD drives for the Lions. Ravens only 2 for 3. Laporta got a short pass. They'll give him maybe a gain of 1. This will bring up a 3rd and 4. We got 1:08 to go, third quarter. All right. We got Gibbs, Williams, St. Brown, Laporta, and now Raymond. Those are the skill players for the Lions. They are 7 of 8 for 70 yards. Or no, Jared Goff on third down is 7 of 8 for 78 yards and 5 first downs. Okay, my bad. All right, yeah, thanks. We need the normal camera angle. We got a whistle. Wonder if the Ravens called a timeout. Or was it the Lions? Who called? Oh, nope, it was the Lions. Excuse me. All right, we got side-by-side Peyton Manning nationwide insurance ad, and we're looking at the huddles. Oh, good gal. At least, yeah, Montgomery. Let me check Montgomery's numbers for you real quick. Montgomery, 9 carries, 114 yards, a touchdown. That last run was 72 yards. And Gibbs, 15 for 42. So 163 now on the ground. Still, they were getting close to 100 even without that big run there. 5 plays, 90 yards in 3 minutes. I mean, one huge play, but still 36 seconds to go. 3rd and 4 under center. It's a handoff to Gibbs. He's close to the first down, but they're going to spot him about a half a yard short. So this will be 4th and 1 and a big call here. I assume Campbell's going for it. It's like, yep, 4th and half a yard. 14 seconds. They don't have to snap it. They could just come out and reset for the 4th quarter. I think they might do that. Goff is just standing back. Yep, that's going to be the 3rd quarter. We'll have what they call a 4th and 1, but it's really 4th and half a yard coming up. And when we start the 4th quarter. So Lions looking to take the 7-point lead, and if they pick up this 4th and half a yard, they'll be well on their way. And they can chew more clock. Yeah, certainly that 3 and out by the Ravens after they got the ball at the 40-yard line was a killer. And that may be very costly in this game. We got 55% voting for the Lions tonight. Thanks for participating in the poll. You know what? I got to get a little water in case this game goes long. I'll be right back. All right. Oh, good. At least the internet's holding up tonight. I'll have to double check while we do WNBA off of ESPN Unlimited tomorrow, though. I don't know why. I can never get comfortable with the mic height here. The mic stand. All right. I think that's better. All right. Game on the line once we get back from the commercial. Fourth and, they say 1, but it's really fourth and half a yard for the Lions. Yeah, so Goff, 18 to 23, 179 yards and a touchdown. Hasn't taken a sack. 114 yards on 9 carries for Montgomery and a touchdown. Gibbs has a touchdown rushing. St. Brown with a great catch, 18 yards and a touchdown, 6 for 57. Andrews, 5 for 64 and a touchdown. Henry has 10 carries, 47 and a touchdown. Lamar is 15 of 18, 170 yards and 2 passing touchdowns, but he has taken 3 sacks for 29 yards. 6 plays, 92 yards, and we got a 4th and 1. Inside the Ravens 4. They got to get to the 3. Going left to right in white, Ravens in black. Oh, it's a handoff and then an option toss. That was interesting. Touchdown, Gibbs. It was like a handoff to St. Brown, and St. Brown tossed it like an option quarterback in, college ball, and it was an easy walk-in touchdown for Jahmyr Gibbs. 4-yard rushing touchdown. So he has 2 on the night. Yeah. Goff handed off to St. Brown, and St. Brown just tossed it, and Gibbs just jogged it in. Good play call. Yeah, it worked. So I'm assuming they're not going for 2. I'm assuming they're going to line up. Yep. Bates on the field. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is right down the middle and good, and it's 28-21 Lions, and the Ravens don't tie it on this drive. I mean, with a touchdown, I think it's over. They just cannot stop the Lions' offense. That's a 96-yard drive, and they had a 98-yard drive in the first half. And they had a 60-yarder in the third quarter, so stops have been few and far between for the Ravens defense. And offense blew it. They got a 3-and-out from their own 40. Lamar took another sack. They had a 2nd and 3, and he got a 7-yard sack to bring up 3rd and 10. And that really hurt their chances at this game. And they give up the 4th down. Not only they give up the first down, they give up the touchdown. Excuse me. All right, that gives Gibbs 17 for 48 and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, Henry had that bad incompletion in the end zone. That was nearly picked. Trick play. That's the one they failed on, 4th and goal. On 4 goal-to-go plays inside the 10. Brother. Distracted by Emu. All right, so this is it for week. No, you know what? Let me just open another tab. So otherwise it'll screw up. All right, what are we seeing? Oh, brother. All right, Seattle, Arizona, Thursday. Oh, maybe we'll do the Min Pit. That's an international game. Kickoff taken at the 14, returned up the near sideline, clotheslined out of bounds near the 29. I was wondering. I guess no flag. 14:52. Guess you're allowed to clothesline people now. Didn't think so. But no flag. All right, 1st and 10. Ravens only down 7, but if they can't tie it up, I think this game is over. And you normally wouldn't say that in a 7-point game, but they just have no answer on defense for this Lions offense tonight. All right, from their own 28, Lamar in shotgun. Flowers in motion. Henry, handoff. Nope, Lamar kept it. He gets a gain of maybe 3. That'll bring up a 2nd and 7. I got faked by the fake handoff to Derrick Henry. It was a Jackson keeper. All right. 2nd and 7 from their own 31-yard line. Henry in the backfield. Lamar back to pass. Rolls right. Throws. Overshot Flowers near the far sideline. 14-11 to go, and the Ravens already looking at 3rd and 7. All right. Lions used a timeout. Ravens have all 3, but, man, they got to be feeling the pressure here on offense to – they can't go 3 and out. Their defense is going to be gassed. We should look at the time of possession. Ravens 4 for 7 on 3rd. Lions are 7 of 11, and they've converted a couple 4th downs, I think, as well. Bunch formation, 3 receivers to the far side. All right. Hill back in shotgun with Lamar. Back to pass. Throws over the middle. Caught near midfield by Bateman. And that's plenty for the 1st down. They are just inside Lions territory. Big conversion on 3rd and 7. 13:55 to go in the game. Bateman was the far right receiver. He just came over and caught it between the near hash mark and near numbers. Tackled in Lions territory. All right, Bateman, 3 catches for 32 yards and a touchdown. From the Lions, 49, I formation. Henry, the deep back. It's a toss. He takes it right and falls forward for maybe a gain or 2 of 3. 2 or 3. We'll see where they spot. Nope, we got a flag first. Clock is stopped at 13:20. Chop block on the Lions defense. That's going to be a 1st down because I believe that's a personal foul. It is on Brian Branch, guy who dropped the interception on their 1 touchdown drive. Ooh, boy, I don't know about that. Yeah, he slipped on a hit. And then they're saying he got that 1 tight end. That was an odd call. I think that was a bad call. It's not like that's what the announcers are saying. I don't understand that. Ravens have 1 penalty for 5 yards. That's only 5 for 35. Yep, and the Ravens just picked up a false start. Looked like Andrews may have false started. Nope, it's Kolar. Yeah, Kolar is the one that they said chop blocked, which I didn't understand because Branch fell down because of a hit with somebody else. All right, so 1st and 15 after Kolar false started. Ooh, and a Hill hit Campbell in the helmet on that same play, it looks like. So strange calls by the refs there. In shotgun, it's Derrick Henry in the backfield with him. 2 receivers near side. He's looking left, throws left, incomplete, well short of the receiver. I think the receiver and Lamar weren't on the same page. Lamar was expecting a much shorter route to be run. Yeah, right. The third man in the booth or to the side that reviews. Yep. Yeah, I heard him. But I think Troy and Joe had already said the same thing as well. Again, I mute and then I unmute to hear the penalties. All right, 2nd and 15 after the incompletion. Back to pass, 4-man rush. Lamar throws down the field, caught at about the 20. That's Bateman again. Another Ravens first down. All right, now they're in business. They're in the red zone, but they have to cash in with a touchdown. They can't settle for a field goal. This game, I just don't think their defense can stop the Lions. It's going to be whoever has the ball last, and they just have to hold serve. Wow, Bateman was wide open. Not sure what happened on that coverage. Safety took too deep a drop. I think it was Branch, but maybe he expected help. Run by Lamar only gets 1. I don't know if it was a busted play. It might have been a high snap. This whole drive, the snaps have been just a hair high, I think. I don't know if that was a designed keeper or not, but he took off. It seemed like a high snap. DJ Reader has a career high 3 sacks already this year for the Lions. 11:40 to go. Big 2nd and 9 from the 19 of the Lions. Shotgun. Lamar back to pass. The rush gets to him, and he's going to be sacked at the 24. Ball came loose. Was it a fumble? I don't know. Looked like the Ravens got it, but it's going to be a 3rd and long either way. It's going to be at least 3rd and 14, and if it was a fumble, it's going to be longer than that. 4-man rush got home. The one guy came on a late rush. He was just a spy. Whoa, that might have been free. That might have been a fumble. He was not down. 3rd and 13, they say. That's the 4th sack, but was that a fumble? I thought they could have lost even more. 4 seconds on the play clock. Shotgun back to pass. Rushes there again. Lamar dances in the pocket, and he gets tripped up at the line of scrimmage. This is going to be 4th and 13. I guess they're going to have to send the field goal unit on the field. You can't go on 4th and 13, but if their defense can't keep the Lions out of the end zone, this game is going to be over. Good coverage. I mean, the Lions rushed 4, but they had good coverage, and Lamar had to maneuver in the pocket just to try and find a place to throw. All right, Tyler Loop on for the field goal attempt. Clock continuing to roll. It'll be 41 yards. Here's the snap. The kick is up, and whoa, I don't know. Whoa, I guess it was good. It went over the left upright as the kicker looks at the field goal. Excuse me, but that was extremely close. Decent snap, good hold, and yeah, that was very close. They should point. The Lions definitely didn't think it was good. They need to point a camera straight up. All right, but it is 28-24, and the Ravens defense needs to hold serve and not give up more than a field goal. They have to keep the Lions out of the end zone, or this game is going to be done. It's at 9:40 to go. The Ravens do have 3 timeouts, but still, defense has not stopped the Lions lately. Lions missed a 67-yard field goal at half. That's the last time they stopped them. And I wouldn't call that a stop. Bates he had the leg. the distance, but it was just a hair wide left. A little bit of a hook, but it didn't miss it by much. I hope they don't move the uprights narrower just because, the kickers are getting so good. This week we've had tons of block kicks, so really no reason to adjust the rules for a perceived problem. All right, let's check out the numbers. Yeah, loop good from 41. Will be a kickoff by the Ravens. Yeah, 38-34. Looking like it might end up being 35-24 before it's done, but yeah, that's a pretty good bet. Oh yeah, we were looking at next week. Minnesota at Pittsburgh. I might do that game just because it's on NFL Network. Their review. Inside the outside edge. Lions get Cleveland and Detroit. All right, yeah, next week. Fudge. Yeah, these Monday night games might be stinkers. We'll do Cincinnati, Denver, though. All right, the kick by loop is in the air, taken by the Lions at about the 6. Returned the far numbers. Now the far hash. Spin to the 35 and taken down there. 1st and 10 for Goff and company coming up, and I forgot to start the clock. We'll get the official time in a minute. 1st and 10. Ravens got to keep them out of the end zone or this game is over. Last time they just got gashed up on the ground by the Lions offense. 96-yard drive. They're at the 35 with 9:33 to go. 1st and 10. Under center. Handoff. Gibbs, I think, falls forward to about the 40. Should be about 2nd and 5. They'll probably say 6, but we'll see what the spot is. Nope, ESPN has 2nd and 5. I hope the Steelers win. I don't have any faith in them, though. They barely beat the Patriots. They tried to give that game away. But yeah, got to root against. My second favorite team is whoever the Vikings are playing. Big fan of whoever that team is every week. Besides rooting for the Packers. Fake the handoff. Goff back to pass. Delivers. Oh, just barely tipped away by number 2. So we will have 3rd and 5 with 8:48 and the clock stops. Good play by Wiggins to just knock that away from Tesla. I know it's not Tesla. Ooh. Had his right arm around his back, though. They let it go. Lions didn't seem upset, but all right, 3rd and 5. Forgot to mark the down. Goff in shotgun, 3 receivers to the near side. He wants that's got to be a delay of game. Where's the damn flag? Or did the Lions get a timeout? That was at 0 for a while. They got to get tenths of a second on the game clock in all 30 stadiums. This is insane that it's 2025 and you have to depend on the... All right, so they did award... So no flag. They did award the Lions a timeout to avoid the delay of game. So they have 1 timeout left. Ravens have all 3, but the game is on the line here for this 3rd and 5. I would be interested in seeing the play clock and where... Yeah, Campbell signaled it twice. Goff was clapping his hands for a while before the center snapped it, but Campbell got the timeout. But they need to have like 0.1 on the play clock so we can know or have a light come on so we know when there's a delay of game. All right, 3rd and 5, shotgun, back to pass, 4-man rush. Goff steps up. Oh, he was over the line when he threw it incomplete. Maybe not, though. Either way, it's 4th and 5, incomplete, short on the pass to the near side of the field. Yeah, they would definitely decline it anyways because a legal forward pass I don't think would be a loss of down, just intentional grounding. I think he didn't step over. Yeah, okay, he was still behind. I was wrong. Behind the 40 when he threw it. I think he tried to get it to Raymond. All right, Fox to kick it away. The ball is in the air. Taken at the 11. Return to the near sideline. Taken down at about the 21 with 8:31 to go. 1st and 10 coming up for Lamar and the rest of the Ravens offense. All right, Ravens offense, your defense finally got a stop, especially here in the second half. You got the field goal. Now you only trail by 4. So, yeah, definitely will be rooting for the Steelers in the international game next week. Oof, that'd be a lot of broadcasting. We'll see. Maybe I'll do it. Depending on how many WNBA games there are. Maybe I'll do that one and the Packer game. Ugh, the Bears play the Raiders, so ugh. So that means I won't get Baltimore or KC. That would be the better game. Oh, well. But I think there's likely to be... I probably won't do a noon or a 3 because... probably WNBA, unless both semifinals are a sweep. So we'll see. All right, Goff, 18 to 25, 179 yards, a touchdown. Montgomery over 100, 9 carries, 114, and a touchdown. 72 yards, helped spark the last touchdown drive. 18 for 53 and 2 touchdowns. Gibbs took it the rest of the way after that 4th down play. St. Brown, 6 for 57 and a touchdown. And 18 yards was the touchdown. Jackson, 17 for 22, 206 yards, 2 touchdowns. But 5 sacks for 33 yards. Henry, 11 for 50 and a touchdown. Lamar, 5 for 29. Andrews, 5 for 64, 5 receptions for 64, and a touchdown, long of 19. Bateman, 4 for 49 and a touchdown. Zay Flowers, only 3 targets, 2 for 13. I hear you. I hate them so much. I've hated them since 82, the strike season. They beat us in the extended playoffs. They beat the then St. Louis Cardinals in, might have even been a game in Milwaukee. I don't know if it was in Green Bay. All right, wow, ESPN got back late. Oh, no, Henry fumbled and the Lions got it. Oh, game over now. Jeez Louise. He did it again. Hutchinson may have forced it at 8:26. ESPN got to the correct camera late, like just as the ball was being snapped. So it was a bang play. 1st and 10 for the Lions. It was Henry. I think Hutch punched it out. Yep. Hutch's left fist punched it out of Henry's left arm. Would he put both hands on the ball, for God's sakes? Yeah, again, a run to the left. Hutch just in the right place. Perfect play. Ball got kicked inadvertently. Henry spikes his helmet and then falls on the bench. That was a wild... Oh, this game is over. Even a field goal. That's the only thing that's going to help the Ravens if they can somehow force a field goal out of the Lions. Otherwise, it's over. Wow. Yeah, I know. Like when Eagles Cowboys play, it's like, who do you root for? I hate both of those teams. I didn't even watch the opener because I'm just like, I hate both these teams. All right, they're showing his fumble against. Okay, Montgomery got a gain of 3, so it is 2nd and 7. I'm gonna sit up. Another handoff to Montgomery. He is got the first down about the 5-yard line for the 1st and goal. Wow. Well, that's wait. Hold the phone. We got a flag. Clock is stopped at 7:41. It must have been a late flag. I did not see that. Face mask on the Lions. So 2nd down. Christian Mahogany, number 73. Oh yeah, he completely turned Urban's. His head was completely turned as Urban missed the tackle because of it. Yeah, good call by the refs. So scratch that. That's gonna so it'd be 2nd and 22 after the 15-yard face mask. All right, so hold the phone here. Only running back with fumble in each of the first 3 games. Henry, I didn't even know he fumbled in the win over the Browns. I didn't see that. Okay, they are all the way back at the 28 for 2nd and 22. Handoff to Gibbs. He got maybe a yard, but that keeps the clock rolling. 7:18. So it should be 3rd and 21. Gosh darn it, Henry. Reed, number 4, had the fumble recovery, by the way, but the punch out on the fumble was Hutchinson. And I think they credit Peanut Tillman way too much for the peanut punch. Other players were doing that long before Tillman, but he just gets credit, I guess. All right, shotgun, back to pass, long, down the sideline, incomplete. No real chance. I think they were going for Tesla. 6:39, that'll bring up 4th and 21. I'm sure they'll send Bates out for the field goal. So Henry put the defense in a tough spot, but they held the Lions, thanks in part to the face mask. Otherwise, they would have had a 1st and goal at the 5. And the Lions looking to get 3 points off the turnover here. 45-yarder coming up for Jake Bates, former UFL player, if I'm not mistaken. The snap, the hold, the kick is down the middle and good with 6:35 left to go. 7-point lead now for the Lions. 31-24. They'll be kicking off after the break. It's still funny. Henry went to slam his helmet down and tripped and fell on the bench. Oh boy. Okay, Henry, you got your reprieve. Your offense is only down 7. They caught a big break on a face mask. All right, so yeah, Henry, a fumble and a fumble lost. Again, they don't have it, but Hutchinson on the forced fumble and DJ Reed on the recovery of the fumble. Again, the 5 sacks are just killing the Ravens. Muhammad has 2 of the 5. Ravens, they don't even have a sack yet. Good game by Jared Goff. Sit Henry's butt on the bench. Put Justice Hill out there the rest of the game. There's no reason for Henry to be out there. They're not going to buy him as a decoy when the Ravens are down 7 now. Man. He has cost them dearly. Might cost them their 2nd loss of the year. That Bills comeback was unbelievable, too, in week 1. That was the first Sunday night game. We got really spoiled on a good Sunday night. Last night, not so good. Chiefs, Giants. Giants are terrible. They need to bench Russell Wilson. Start anybody besides Russell Wilson. All right. They're showing a 2-shot. We got Henry on the Ravens bench, and they're showing Hutchinson on the Lions sideline. All right. Here we go. Kickoff coming up from Bates. Ravens, Ali, number 26, set to receive. Ravens got to get a touchdown here. They do have 3 timeouts left, but the way the Lions are able to run and grind clock, you got to figure they need to tie it up on this drive. Taken at the 10, up the near side to the numbers. It's Ali past the 30 down at about the 31 where Lamar and the offense will take over with 6.5 minutes to go. All right, again, please keep Derrick Henry on the bench. No reason for him to be out there when you got Hill. Just a great play by Hutch. Got to tip your cap to him. Punched it out at the right time. Made a huge stop for his defense. And the Lions cashed in with 3 points off the turnovers. All right, 3 receivers to the far side. Henry's out there. He picks up a blitzer. Lamar gets sacked back at the 25. 2nd and long coming up. Probably 2nd and 16. Might have been Hutch on the sack. 6 sacks tonight. 6:15 to go. Okay, Ravens kind of need to hustle here. Hutch was split out to the near side. Split a double team. They actually tried to triple him, and yeah, he made the stop. They sent, I think, they sent 3 guys after him, and he split 2 of them, and the 3rd guy was late. Great individual effort by Hutchinson. All right. Shotgun back to pass. It is Hill. They throw it to him short of the line of scrimmage. He scrambles forward for maybe a gain of 4. That's going to bring up 3rd and 12, I believe. 5:35 to go in the fourth quarter in the game. They have all 3 timeouts, but a 3rd and 12. Henry on the sideline now. Lamar calls the play. They break the huddle. 15 on the play clock. In shotgun. 2 receivers to each side. He has Hill with him in the backfield. Down to 5 seconds. There's the snap. Back to throw. 4-man rush is on. He has to escape the pocket and falls forward for a short gain. It's going to be 4th and long. It's got to be at least 8. I don't think he picked up more than 4. They're going to have to send the punting unit on. They're in their own territory. This is too long to go for. It is 4th and 9. So give them a gain at 3. Wow. They're going to be out of time. Lions might not give them the ball back. Punting unit is on. There's the snap. Kick is in the air. Under 4.5 minutes to go. Fair catch called, and it's out of bounds, short of the 20. 1st and 10 at 4:24. They are continuing to march up the sideline past the 25. Oh, come on. You're saying this ball went out at the 30? I know it didn't go out at the 20. It definitely was 21 at best, but the 30? I mean, they're just guessing. Muhammad made that tackle on that last run by Jackson. Good job chasing down Lamar from behind. Yeah, got to hand it to the Lions defense. I mean, yeah, they gave up 24 points, but they got a big turnover and got 3 points off of it. Yeah, thanks for being here, gal. Good luck in fantasy football. Oh, sorry, Lions ball. First and 10 from the 30. Toss to Gibbs, left side. Takes it out of bounds near the first down marker after a gain of about 9. I'm just watching for the clock to be restarted. Oh, no. Yeah, we're under 5, so never mind. 2nd and 1. 2nd and 3. They marked him short. Okay. Surprised he went out of bounds. Didn't stay in bounds. That's the most important thing. Keep that clock winding if you're the Lions. Looks like Gibbs is the deep back again on 2nd and 3 from the 37. Handoff up the middle. He's got the first down outside the 40 at the 41. 1st and 10 Lions. Yeah. One more first down and we'll be down to the 2-minute warning. When do you start taking your timeouts if you're John Harbaugh and the Ravens staff? Well, can't complain on the time of game. Moving pretty smoothly along here. 1st and 10, their own 41-yard line. Again, one more first down. We're going to be down to the 2-minute warning. Gibbs up the middle. Not much there. Forward progress for a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 coming up. Still no timeout taken by the Ravens. Clock rolling. 3:15 to go in the game. And the Ravens don't have to snap it until under 2:50 if they want. I'm sorry, the Lions. My bad. 191 yards on the ground tonight for the Lions. 5.5 yards a rush. So even without that 70-yarder, they're over 120, ish, around that neighborhood. Yep, under 250, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Handoff. Gibbs again pushes the – now, that might have been Montgomery. Pushes the pile out to they'll give him the 46. And I think that was wait, I can't see the number. It was Montgomery. Looks like they do have to snap it before the 2-minute warning. We got a 3rd and 5 coming up. Oh, I thought they were going to say 3rd and 4. Yeah, I think if they got to snap it before the 2-minute warning, otherwise they'll get a delay of game. Goff is in shotgun. 8, 7, 6. Yeah, 4 on the play clock. 2, 1. Shotgun back to pass. Dumps it to Gibbs. He runs. Taking him down at about the 50. He'll be a yard short. We got a 4th and 1 at 1:56. That will be the 2-minute warning mark. So here's the game. If they pick up this 4th and 1, game over. I'm sure they'll go for it. Even if they would have to send the punting unit on, it's probably... I just don't see the Ravens driving down. Although they do have 3 timeouts left, but feel like this is the game. Boy, if the Lions get stopped, the Ravens in good shape, but we're a long way from that with this 4th and 1 here. Let me make sure it's 4th and 1. Let's see what ESPN. Oh, they have 4th and 2. They say he was stopped short of the 50. So it's actually 4th and 2. Hey, thanks everybody for being here, watching, liking, subscribing, being a return viewer. If you're a new viewer, welcome. I hope you're enjoying the live stream. If so, please hit like, please hit subscribe. Doing one or both helps with getting YouTube to recommend us to other potential viewers and helps grow the channel. And I thank you for your support. We got 16 likes tonight. Thank you so much. Don't forget to vote in the poll if you haven't already done so. 13 votes, 62% in going with the Lions in Baltimore. All right, still at commercial. Okay, yeah, he's showing up as live now. Okay. Another person I know streaming. All right. And we get an SVP plug for the Sports Center coming up. All right, 4th and 2. I would imagine Campbell is going for it. If they send the punting unit on, I'd be shocked. I'm sure they have all the confidence in the world that they can get the 2 yards. But I don't know. Maybe the Ravens get a stop. And if they do, their offense is sitting pretty, only needing to get about 50 yards to tie it. All right, from their own 49, they got to get to the Ravens 49. St. Brown now fake the handoff. Goff throws, and it's a catch by St. Brown near the 30. Good catch, good throw. First timeout taken by the Ravens. 1st and down. Oh, hold on. We have a flag, but that was very late. Humphrey got called for holding. It's declined. Do the Ravens not need to take a timeout because of the penalty? That's the only question here. Yep, Humphrey definitely held St. Brown's shoulder pad, and he still made the catch. Unbelievable. All right, decline, but what's the clock situation? It's definitely 1st down. Even if they didn't catch it, they would have made it on the holding call. All right. Well, anytime you guys want to indicate what happened. All right, I guess they don't get charged with a timeout. I thought since they declined the penalty, but all right, the clock stops. So from the 31 of the Ravens, Lions up 7. Ravens have 3 timeouts. They need to get a quick 3 and out, but a field goal ends it anyways. Montgomery, oh my gosh, what are they going to do? Let them score inside the 10, the 5, and a touchdown. Wow. What in the world was that? A 31-yard touchdown run for the Lions. What was that defense, Ravens? That was embarrassing. 1:42 to go, and that is your dagger. The Lions will improve to 2-1. Week 4, they're going to host the Browns. Yeah, Montgomery took it up the near hash mark, then just bounced it outside. He only had to break 1 tackle, at about the 10, and he was in. I mean, it truly looked like I don't know why you would be letting them score there. I mean, you could score quick, I guess, and then declare an onside and maybe send it into overtime. Maybe that was the thinking. Extra point by Bates is good. And it's 38-24, so I imagine, I don't know who was favored, but I'm sure they've covered. Hey, Mac, thanks for being here. Yeah, looking forward to the WNBA tomorrow night. Thanks for supporting the channel, Mac. We'll see you tomorrow night. I hope you have a good one. Everybody enjoy their Tuesday. And we'll see you for WNBA doubleheader tomorrow. Yeah, I agree, Mo. It was over earlier, I think, but it was over once they picked up that 4th and 2. I had, because the Lions were at least going to get a field goal and Ravens were going to be out of timeout. Oh, interesting. At home. Yeah, I was wondering because I'm like, it's a pretty big spread now. I wonder what the over-under was because I didn't catch that. Wow, just no answer for the Ravens defense. Offense couldn't keep pace. They had 40 points in their first 2 games, I think, and they had no answer for on defense for the Lions offense. Ball is kicked into the end zone. Ravens have all 3 timeouts. 1st and 10 at their own, I guess 35 then. All right, good night. Thanks for joining Mo or Moe. Hope to see you soon. Thank you so much. Good chat. Really appreciate that. Helps the game go smoother. All right. Excuse me. All right. Jackson in shotgun. 3 receivers bunched to the far side. He's got a back in shotgun with him. Looks like Hill. Back to pass. Looking. Throws down the left sideline to Bateman and out of bounds. Incomplete. 137. 2nd and 10 from their own 35. Yeah, it looked like Bateman would have had a shot, but Lamar just threw it out of bounds. He didn't really give Bateman much of a chance to make a play there. Now, pardon me. I didn't mean to sniff into the mic there. Well, wow. I thought time of possession would be worse. 32-49 for the Lions, 25-34 for the Ravens. After that 10-48 drive, I thought it'd be much worse. Shotgun, back to pass. Big rush is on, though. Lions sent a lot, and Lamar can't get rid of it, and he takes a sack inside the 20. We got 3rd and forever. I'm guessing about 3rd and 30. That was about a 20-yard loss. Maybe not quite. 7 sacks tonight. The Lions have just made it miserable for Lamar. Their Ravens O-line cannot keep up. Hill is just in there to help block. They rush 4. He dumps it to Hill. He takes it to the 30. He misses a tackle. He's down the sideline. 1st down. Wow. Even the camera thought Hill got stopped there. Huge play and a 1st down on 3rd and 26 for the Ravens. All effort by Hill there, because I thought they had him wrapped up. All of a sudden he bounced out of that pile and took it down the sideline. Plenty for the 1st down. They are in definitely in Lions territory, but they need to score quick and then get an onside to have any shot at tying this up. Shotgun, back to pass. Throws left sideline. Did Bateman get his feet in? I think he did with 46 seconds to go. Another 1st down. Okay, good night, gal. Thanks for checking in. Good luck in fantasy football. Sorry Lamar didn't help you out more. That's why I can't do fantasy football. I can't root against the Packers, like having opponents. Are you doing shotgun back to pass? Are you doing LL Cool J, don't call it a comeback? Okay, Lamar, you can't throw. You cross the line of scrimmage. He gets knocked out. It'll be 2nd down with 35 seconds to go. Yeah, they're taking too much time to have any shot at tying this up. The Ravens just called a timeout. Yeah, because maybe they say Lamar got knocked backwards and maybe they didn't stop the clock. All right, they do have to burn 1 timeout. 2 remaining, trailing by 14, 35 seconds to go. I mean, their division's kind of wide open. You really think the Steelers are going to run away with that division? Or, I don't know, the Browns, Bengals are without Burrow. That's tough sledding for them, as they found out against the Vikings. So that NFC North is wide open. Heck, so is that. AFC and NFC North are wide open. Lamar throws. Andrews gets it at the 10, cuts back, and gets in for the touchdown. Touchdown. Andrews on the throw by Lamar Jackson. And for some reason, John Harbaugh is signaling to go for 2. I don't understand. I guess because they want to try to win or give themselves a chance to win instead of a chance to tie. That's the only thing I can think of. So 2-point conversion attempt coming up after the touchdown. Lamar to Mark Andrews. All right. Wondering if the Lions will use their last time out here. Ravens have 2. In shotgun. Back to pass. Looking. Thought about running it. Has to dump it in the air. Nope. We got a penalty. So hold on. Maybe we get another attempt. Andrews for 27 yards on that last touchdown. So big night for him. He has 6 for 91 and 2 touchdowns. Holding on the Lions. We'll get another, ineligible receiver. So offsetting penalties. So still the ball will be spotted at the 2 and another 2-point attempt coming up. 38-30. Going to have to get a successful onside kick regardless of what happens here on the 2-point attempt. All right, now he lines up in shotgun, bunch formation to the right side, back to pass, 4-man rush, throws, and incomplete. He was going for Zay Flowers and overshot the back of the end zone. So trailing by 8, and now they'll have to get a Hail Mary and a 2-point conversion just to tie it. I don't really understand that. If you wanted to go for 2, you go for it if you get the onside kick and get the touchdown to make it 38-37. You don't I don't understand going. Now you have to go for 2. All right. Well, you need to get an onside kick. You're lucky if that's a 1 in 7 chance. I guess they've gotten a little better at it, but it's still a tough play. You can't overload one side anymore. I think you have to have an even split. Looks like the Ravens have, I think you got to go 5-5. Ravens put it on the near, I think the near hash mark. Yeah. All right, they're at the 35. Loop is ready. Now he's going to adjust the ball on the tee a little bit. They're on the near hash mark, 5 aside. All right, loop is set. Here's the kick. High bouncer to Laporta, who caught it and fielded after it had gone 10 yards. So 1st and 10 for the Lions. Don't know if, I can't see the Ravens using their 2 timeouts. Should just take 1 kneel down. Lions will win. They improved 2-1 on the season. Ravens dropped to 1-2. They lost to the Bills. They beat the Browns. Lions lost to the Packers, and they beat the Bears, and now the Ravens. So 1 kneel down should do it. Clock rolling. 22 seconds to go. 2nd and 11. That should be it, though. Yep, both teams going to shake hands. So a good game, but Baltimore defense just had no answer for the Lions offense tonight. Holding them to a field goal ended up being, huge. I mean, holding the Ravens to a field goal. They were down 28-24, and I think that's when Henry fumbled. And that gave the Lions a field goal to make it 31-24. They ended up going up 38-24. Ravens got a touchdown and went for 2 for some reason. But that'll do it. We'll do a brief post-game show. Hope to see you tomorrow night again for WNBA playoff action, semifinal round, best of 5. We're at game 2 time here. Mercury at Lynx 6:30. Fever at Aces 8:30. Hope to see you then. If you're just interested in football, we'll be back on the air Thursday. Seahawks at Cardinals. About 7:10 Central, we'll get it started. Sunday, leaning towards maybe doing, if my voice will hold up, maybe doing the international game, as it's an NFL Network exclusive. I'll have to do it off of NFL Plus, so I will be a little behind. And then for sure we'll do the Packers at Cowboys Sunday night. But we got Game 2 and Game 3 of WNBA playoffs Tuesday, Friday. So hope to see you over the next few days. Goff ended up 20 of 28, 202 yards, 1 touchdown. Didn't take a sack. That was the huge thing. Montgomery was outstanding. 12 for 151, 2 touchdowns, a long of 72. Not his touchdown run. His touchdown runs were not 72. Gibbs, 22 for 67 and 2 touchdowns. They had 224 yards rushing. Unbelievable. Good combination for the Lions. 7 for 77 and a touchdown. 20-yard was the long for Brown. His touchdown was 18 yards, I believe. Nobody else over 50 yards receiving. Jackson was 21 of 27, 288 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Didn't lose a fumble, but he took 7 sacks for 55 yards. Henry rushed 12 for 50, a touchdown, 28 was the touchdown, but a huge fumble that the Lions converted into a field goal to make it 31-24, deep in their own territory. Mark Andrews had a great night, 6 for 91, 2 touchdowns. Rashad Bateman, 5 for 63 and a touchdown. Flowers targeted 3 times, 2 for 13. Don't understand that. But with that said, that's going to do it for me tonight. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. Please hit like and subscribe before you head out. I do appreciate your continued support. This is Sin Bin Stream signing out. Have a great rest of your Monday. Have a fantastic Tuesday around the world. Hope you're already having a good Tuesday. And we will see you in a little over 20 hours for the Mercury at Lynx tip-off. Until then, take care. Be well. Sin Bin Stream signing out. Wishing you well, and bye-bye.